Hey, it's Dorian here, and you are here because you want to hear what I have to say about not only belly fat, but the dreaded back fat. Why does this happen to us? Why, you ask? Well, there's lots of reasons that I talk about this in so many of or touch on it on so many of my other videos. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that one of the reasons is that when we go through this hormonal change, this continuum of menopause, right, it can last several years. And it has everything to do with estrogen, all right? And then, so as the years go on, we produce less and less and less estrogen. And it's not that we just don't produce it anymore. Our bodies don't need it for that one particular function of your cycle, right? And reproducing. So we don't need that estrogen anymore. So what happens is that our body needs, no, let me go back. We do need estrogen, okay, but we don't need it for that function. So our ovaries stop making the estrogen, but our bodies are like, yeah, I need estrogen for other things like, my bone health and cholesterol and my blood sugar balance, right? So your brain's going, okay, I need estrogen. So it hunts around and it's like, I know where I can get estrogen. You know where that is, ladies? Belly fat. And that includes back fat, right? It goes around, right? It goes like from the middle around to your sides, right? The back fat. And most of us do not like either of those things. So we give solutions on how things that you can do and shifts that you can make in your life to alleviate the accumulation of fat around your middle during menopause. But the biggest problem is that there are other things that can compound it. So you're like adding insult to injury. And there's one major, major hidden thing. And that's stress. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it absolutely is. So managing your stress, my friend Dr. Jennifer Montes says that stress is the new smoking, and I entirely agree with her. It's really bad for you on so many levels, but when you're going through hormonal change and you're trying to, control the belly and the back fat, it just compounds things and makes them worse. So for many reasons, you want to do whatever you can to first be aware of your stress, because a lot of times we're not even aware of different stressors in our lives. So you really need to evaluate that and then do something to alleviate the stress that's caused by that. Either get it out of your life or do something to counter it, right? So let's say, you have an incredibly stressful job. Maybe on the ride home on the train, you put your headphones in and you do a little meditation, or you listen to an ebook that you like that's like mindless to reduce the stress, okay? And why does this happen? Well, our ancestors, right? Caveman days, there was something called fight or flight, and there still is. But fight or flight was necessary for them. Let's say, one of the men of the clan would go out and hunt down the big giant animal or saber-toothed tiger and drag him back. But what if he wasn't successful and that tiger started chasing him? Well, these hormones, your stress hormones, kick in, and they help give you that energy, so to speak, to deal with that stressful situation at that moment. So stress hormones aren't meant to be hanging around all the time. So you fast forward to modern day, and we haven't evolved past that fight or flight. We still have it. So if you are in constant stress, your body is producing these stress hormones 24/7. And what happens is, it's very complicated. Trust me, you store fat in your belly, okay? It causes that to happen. So if you are able to take your stress from this much each day to this much each day, then you're not going to have all of that excess cortisol, that's one of the stress hormones, floating around in your system and holding on to fat. So 2 things you're going to do this week. Number 1, you're going to sit down for 5 minutes. Do it when you're in the shower or whatever. When you're putting your makeup on, brushing your teeth, whatever it is. Take just a couple of minutes and say, okay, what is stressing me out more than 30 minutes a day? Okay, even 30 minutes is too much. And write it down. You might not like some of the things that you write down because it could be your kid, right? It could be your child that's stressing you out so badly. Somebody you love, right? It could be, a situation that's completely stressing you out. It could be the future that's stressing you out. Like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight like by the day. And, when I'm 70, I want to go hike Mount Kilimanjaro, and I want to be the first 70-year-old woman to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. And so thinking of that, of something you potentially will not be able to achieve, that's going chronic stress. So you got to look at all of these different levels of your life. And then second column with each one of those, what can I do to alleviate this? I'll tell you one thing you can do to alleviate the Mount Kilimanjaro thing, and that is come to my masterclass, The Better Side of 40. I run it weekly, and we talk about all this stuff, and I give you tons and tons and tons of tips to relieve your stress and live a happier and better life in a body you love and adore. So have a fabulous day. And I really, really hope that you can take some of this information and that it serves you. And if you know somebody, have a friend who's stressed out, do her a big giant favor and share this link with her. Okay? Have a great day. And forgot to tell you, link in description to sign up for the webinar. Hope to see you there. Bye.